Welcome to the Love Your Face podcast. As sisters with a passion for possibility, we will be discussing mindful living through unspoken fashion. Join us in our conversation and discover how everything begins with a thought, even the way you dress. Well, hello, Therina.
Hello, Marcie. How are you today?
Most of the time, I'm happy. And that's an easy emotion for me to go to, but today it's not. And that's okay. So,
wow, any specific thing off for you?
Yeah, but nothing that I need to chat about. It's just, that's what it is.
Some days are like that.
Yeah. Most of the time I show up happy.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm sad too. And
We need opposites in our life.
Yes. But that doesn't mean that I sit in it. It's just what it is. I'm recognizing it and it's just there in the background. Yeah. But I still feel good. Even though that's there, I still feel good. And that's just part of my showing up as my authentic self. It's what I've been practicing and getting curious about that. So that's me today. How are you?
Marcie, I am so happy.
Yes?
Yes. I got my kitchen painted yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, just having that done. You know how I've been remodeling, knocked down some walls, and it's just been a giant mess. You couldn't even sit anywhere in my house because it's all just squished together. And when you paint, you cover up everything. So even the fridge, the microwave, everything is wrapped up. You can't open the door because it's wrapped up.
No eating for you.
2 days of this. And then you have all the sanding because the sheetrock needed just a little bit more. So that's everywhere. And then the spray of the paint everywhere. It just felt like total chaos. But now it's done. I've got it semi cleaned up in the chaos without, remodeling, but it's so beautiful. And I thought this morning that's kind of symbolic of our lives. Like you were saying today, you don't feel that awesome. It's not that great. But over time, over fixing things, I am confident that you'll feel happy again.
Oh, I know I will. I know I will. Because I've done this before. Opposition in all things. So the sadness that I feel right now, it's okay. And I'm welcoming it because I know that happiness is right around the corner. And really, I'm happy too. I'm happy in the feeling of sadness.
Isn't that like remodeling? You're so happy you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's something better. But oh my gosh, it can make you crazy.
Right. Because I like to say everything begins with the thought, right? So even in my sadness, because I think about the things that cause me to feel the sadness I feel, those are thoughts. When I think it, then I feel sad. But there's still so many things that I can think about that make me happy. And that's all in this moment right here. I can think about something that's going to make me feel excited, bring excitement into my body. And, all of those things are available to me anytime.
Yeah.
So,
well, you learn things from that. Like just this chaos led me to read this little story about altars.
Yes.
So we're talking about that, and we decided to share this with everybody today, an altar, because it sounds like a weird, crazy thing.
Yes. Well, we have this 30-day challenge going on, and we've been talking about mindfulness and what it means to be mindful. And we've been talking about rituals and creating an altar. You had suggested creating an altar as part of a ritual. And so you have an altar. You made an altar.
This week I made an altar, and all I did is actually, it's really cheap because it's just a platter, gigantic platter that you would probably serve big food on. But it just was a shiny silver one. It's pretty big. And I put my little candle on it. I put my notebook and just a pen. That's all it's on there. But I am surprised at how the last few days, when I wake up in the morning, I can take that little thing, since my house is crazy, I can sit on the floor and it feels like I am, it's just an environment. It's something created. And I have decided to take 30 minutes a day to think and ponder, and just having that altar, we'll call it. I have taken it to my closet this morning, and that's where I did it. I've taken it out to the couch that had plastic all over it. Did that yesterday. So it's just taking that just, what did it do? Put my mind in the place to be present, doing the ritual instead of gathering it all up and looking and spending half my time doing blah, blah. That feels like it's just already created a little bit.
All right. So your altar is a symbol.
It really is.
You into your practice.
Yes. And just having it cute and organized on there helps my mind get organized quicker, I guess, get on task better.
Mm-hmm. So a ritual is an intentional practice. So by creating that altar with intention to help you with your ritual of your dream download, yeah, I think creating an altar is a fun idea. I haven't actually created an altar, but I do have a sacred space. And when I sit for my dream download, I create the space and I bring things to my space that are going to help me connect with that. And some of those things stay the same, kind of like your altar. Some of those things are always there in my sacred space, and some things change. One of the things that's always the same is my notebook, because I have a notebook that I use to write down all of my thoughts, my pen, so that's always there. And the notebook is the same notebook until it's time to get a new notebook. So that's always the same. The notebook, the pen, the cup of tea, and my candle. Those things always stay the same. Now, the sacred space might be in the, outside somewhere. I might take it outside somewhere. So I'll put all of those things that are it's my traveling altar, I guess. I put it in my backpack, and I'll take it to a sacred space outside that's calling to me. Or it might be a place in my house. This morning, it was my balcony looking out the big window, and I had my singing bowl and my deck of cards, because I like to have a deck of cards, like the affirmation cards or something like that. I like to do that to inspire me to get more curious about my thoughts. So that's my sacred space. Sometimes it's different, but I still have those same things like you were saying. It's almost like a traveling altar. It's not on a platter or sitting out there for me to look at. It's just, I know that I will be bringing that with me. The notebook, the pen, the candle, the cup of tea. Those are the things that I love to have with me for my dream download, because it inspires me.
You've done that for a long time, right?
It has been a practice that I've been practicing for a while.
Like I needed to symbolically do that to make mine be consistent, because I have not been consistent. Really good for a little while, and then I get distracted.
Well, look, I think you're on the path.
This will be fun to see how long I stick with my altar.
Well, look, Therina, we're going to talk
Something
about
else. It's the practice.
it is the practice. And you know what? It's the practice of the thoughts that we think too. You know, your new thought now is I spend 30 minutes. I don't know. Did you decide if it's in the morning?
Yes, mine's in the morning.
Right. So your new thought practice is I spend 30 minutes in the morning, every morning.
Yeah. And it gives you a reason to get up earlier and focus.
Yeah.
That's easy for me to do, to get up earlier, put more time in my day on that end and be more intentional that end.
Well, I think
Or I get squirrel.
well, I think it's important to point out that not only did you create an altar for yourself as a symbol for you to look at and remind you about what it is that you wanted to do, it's also important to recognize that you set time aside.
That's really what it is. It's not the altar. That's
the important part for you, that you've set the time aside for it. That altar, you look at it and it's going to be a reminder like, hey, that's my 30 minutes every morning. I visit that every morning, my 30 minutes. Yeah. I'll see you. You can look at it during the day and be like, I'll see you at whatever time it is.
Yeah.
So, we all have rituals that we practice. Can you think of other rituals that you have, Therina? Not just the daily download, but you do have other rituals.
Yes. We have rituals in just brushing our teeth every day. Right. Some of those things we just automatically do without even thinking about it. But it wasn't always like that. Right. I'm looking at my grandkids and they don't like to brush their teeth because they haven't created that ritual.
It's a practice that you just have to keep on until it becomes part of you. Like my daughter, JC, her washing her face is a ritual. It's something that I am trying to create for myself. Because listen, I'll be honest, I will go to bed with makeup on my face sometimes because I don't want to. I'm so tired. I don't want to, but she just cringes at the thought of me going to bed without washing my face.
That is how I am, Marcie. I cannot sleep until I wash my face. But it's because of a story I told myself.
What's the story?
I read years and years ago, and I struggled with acne and all that kind of stuff, which teaches, you learn you should wash your face and not touch all those things, but washing your face is big. And then I do remember reading in a magazine that every day you go to bed without washing your face, it ages your skin. I forget if it was 7 or 9 days. Well, that'll add up a lot through the years. Oh, so it became a ritual for me out of fear of getting old skin. See, those are stories we tell ourselves. Well, actually, maybe stripping all those oils off your face makes it get old faster. I don't know.
Well, I know that our skin is our biggest organ. I understand that. And leaving that stuff on your face probably isn't the best idea. So I can see where she's coming from. She's tried to teach me, but like her face washing process is like multiple steps. So, but she doesn't miss a step. So
that has become her ritual for sure.
That has become her ritual. Yeah. Cooking can be a ritual. I don't know how you cook, but when I am trying a new recipe, I like to get out all the ingredients, get all of my tools, set up my space, put on my apron, and that's the ritual of preparing a new recipe. It's fun and it's exciting.
That as well. Plus, turn on the music and get you a glass to drink.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a water girl, but
Yes,
that drink can change. Just you have a cute glass to sip on while you make your.
absolutely. Absolutely. You know, another ritual that I like is the getting up early. For some people, that's a ritual.
Yeah.
For some people, going to bed early is a ritual. This is a ritual that I learned in the Sherry Salada group that I'm part of, is the turn down service. Remember when we were on the cruise and somebody would come and prepare our beds for us? So when we
down
came,
and leave you a treat.
when you came back to your room, your bed was open and there was a little treat there, just inviting you to crawl in bed and have a nice, good night's rest.
Yeah.
All of those things are just like creating the space, being mindful and being intentional about the things that you do, living your life on purpose.
Yes. I feel like there's a lot of rituals that we do that we might not want to do.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
being mindful of those
Yes.
are big.
Yes. Well, the ritual of when we do something that we don't like about ourselves, we look at ourselves in the mirror and be
And
like,
what do
I
you
don't
say
like that.
when you look in the mirror? That's a ritual.
Yes. Yes. Those are all things
Not
that,
conscious about it. I think we're not nice in our rituals to ourselves.
right. Yeah, those, I think it's interesting to get curious about that. You know, all the rituals that we practice daily.
Yeah.
And if it's something that we like, absolutely keep it. If it's something that we don't like, then we can get curious about what it is that we want and design something new.
Yeah. Put something else in that space.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy right away. Practicing and practicing, and that's how it becomes, you know, that ritual, and then it becomes a habit, and it's just a new you, a new version of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, meditation is new for me. You've been teaching that to me for well over a year and a half. And that, do you know what I love about what I turn into the ritual for me with meditation? It's with my squirrel mind, it's hard to keep it focused. But I love to feel when you bring that breath in, each breath goes further in my body and brings that tingly feeling. And when it gets to my toes, then my mind can concentrate that long because I have a purpose to get that in until I feel that vibration in my whole body.
Oh,
That's as far as my meditation can stay focused, which is fine. And I think meditation, just letting that be a ritual, is a thing for focus in our life. No argue about that. That one is a fact. I've listened to people who meditate, and it seems like very successful people always meditate. And so I've been curious about it. And I've been glad that you have introduced me to that. But my tiny little way of meditating that I can do is just to take the breath in. And every breath that I breathe, I feel like it goes further and deeper in my body. And when it gets to my toes and I feel that tingling in my whole body, that to me feels like I was successful in my meditation. Woke up my body, brought new life to it, and stops it from being stagnating.
oh, isn't that fun? That's the you that's inside that you're feeling.
To pause long enough to feel that. I hadn't felt that before I started meditating. And that is a cool vibration. That's the only way I can describe it, is feeling the vibration of myself, I guess.
Yes, because you know what? We are vibration. We are energy. That's really what we are. We're not this body, but sometimes we feel like we are the body. Like we were talking about, looking at ourselves in the mirror, and that's what we see. We think it is who we are. It is our human experience. But like you said, when you meditate and you feel that vibration, that's really who we are.
Yeah. I think it's fun to tap into that.
Yes, I agree.
That's my point of meditating these days.
Yes. I love your altar.
I do too. Keeps me on task. I'm excited.
I thought it would be fun to create an altar, but I haven't. But
you probably don't need to because you're already in that.
I have a traveling I have a traveling sacred space. I like to be able to take it with me because that's kind of the way, that's just who I am. I listen to where my heart's calling me, and I need it to be able to go with me wherever my heart is calling me. So,
yep. Well, I'll do it differently.
Yes.
Maybe next month I'll do it different too. Who knows? Be curious and open to change.
Yes. And Therina, it is the first day of spring.
Yes. Today is the first day of spring.
Yes.
So welcome that. I saw green grass at my house today.
Really?
Yeah, there's snow, but it's peeking out.
Oh my, how exciting. Oh, can we just talk a little bit about spring? Because it is spring. And what does spring mean to you, Therina?
Spring is the vibration of new stuff, pops of color, energy. You know, the spring in fashion, your unspoken fashion with your fashion DNA. It's that bouncy, happy, airy, fun, cute personality and clothes. Spring does that. And nature, you just fill it in it.
Yes. So we've kind of been sitting in hibernation with winter.
Healing our souls, feeding us, taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
Spring is here. Time to step out and take some action on all those things we thought about.
Yes. So, yeah, if you are interested in finding more about my fashion DNA, check out Therina's Fashion DNA.
Great little course.
About the seasons.
Yep. And thanks for joining us today. We'd love the comments.
Yes. Well, enjoy your altar, Therina.
Yes.
We'd love to see that. Let's share a photo of the altar, your altar. Okay. And I'll share my sacred space.
Okay.
So everybody can have an idea of what that looks like. Anyway, we love you all. Enjoy this first day of spring.
Yes. Spring into something fun.
Yes. All right.
Have a great day, Marcie.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Goodbye.